thing with Solana, I sold
Mm-hmm.
when it was like kind of high last week.
Yeah.
So I made a little profit. Took it all out, and I knew it was gonna fucking die again. So I did what you told me was just move it to that tether, move it there, wait for it to drop, and I just move all that money back into Solana. And now it's at $88.
Yeah, now you got a bit more Solana.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at like 6.2, and I started at 5.
There you go.
So yeah, I was like, let me see what he's talking about. And I looked at it. I'm like, okay, so you don't have to pay the fees.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty cool. Right now, it's just picking this up on the iPad. I gotta press play on this, and I like having my Brave browser pulled up here.
What's a Brave browser?
You know, like DuckDuckGo, how it's different. Google Chrome is different than Internet Explorer, and like
is this the one that
internet browsers?
Dude, I stopped doing that money thing.
The mining.
Yeah,
mining with the PCs aren't really profitable. I stopped too.
I mean, I was almost there though. I was probably like 10 mil out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
so you're about halfway to the payout.
Yeah, but it's like.
So you mined like $10 worth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's not too bad, but still.
Yeah, this is taking a minute to pull up.
What is this? I've never seen this.
Brave browser. So basically, like, it's an ad blocker browser. Kind of like DuckDuckGo, except better. So any pop-ups and stuff, Brave is going to get rid of. And instead of having advertisements through the browser, like, say, Google does, that the companies pay Google for, you can turn your ads completely off, or you can turn them on and earn
is this what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you can earn their cryptocurrency for like their ads that just.
What about the websites that block ad block?
Oh, it's so much better. Like this.
Does it still work?
Yeah. Like so.
I know some like news outlets they have block. Like you can't see their thing until you take off ad block. Disable it. So I don't know.
Yeah, some of them. It's kind of like that with yeah. There's some weird stuff like that, but yeah, it blocks all the ads and stuff, so it makes the website load time faster. Just makes the overall experience.
And it tells you how much time you saved because of ads.
Yeah, up on my gaming PC up there, it's got like 30 minutes saved or something, and almost like 50,000 trackers and ads blocked. So yeah, it's pretty cool, like how it gives you all the statistics too. Plus, you get to earn their cryptocurrency for ads if you really want to.
And they're Brave, and that's their crypto coin, or is it something else?
So it's backed. I don't know what that stands for. I'm guessing
Brave or something.
I mean, you can go to like your rewards page. I turned the ads off on this one just because I wanted to not have anything like pop up and make a noise during the podcast.
So they make good money. They make money from the ads too, then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then you can contribute to the people that are advertising to you if you want, or like, so you can put a certain percentage of the ad money that you make and give it to like a good cause or whatever.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You're just like taking more control of your data, really. So like, it makes it more difficult for the government and everything else to track you.
I'm not really worried about that.
Depends who you are.
True. We ain't nobodies.
Hmm?
We're a bunch of nobodies, honestly.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't really argue with that. But I think that we can be somebodies, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, anybody could be somebody.
I think everybody's somebody. I don't know. I don't like...
Do you believe in, like...
I wouldn't, like... I'm not going to go every day and call myself a nobody, because then I'm just going to stay a nobody.
Do you believe in, like, the only way to get rich is from the devil?
No. There's a Benjamin Franklin quote about if the devil only knew how valuable, basically like good deeds are, then the devil would use it to his advantage. But what'd you say?
I feel like he kind of does. Well, I don't believe it before anybody comes after me. I don't believe in all that stuff. But like, you know how people say always the good people die first?
I haven't really heard that before. But
really?
That's a saying?
Yeah, I'm surprised you never heard that. Like, it's always the good people that die first and the bad people who live the longest. Just like drunk driving. Like, let's say that. It's always the driver that who's drunk always survives, but not the
Those are the stories we hear. But yeah, it does seem like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, It could be like that. The devil knows. He's like, let me take all the good people out. Other people say, and like I said, I don't believe this. Like other people say, the reason why they die is because they did what they needed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all of that can mix together. It's hard to say, like, what the devil is, because a lot of people can speak in metaphors with that. But in general, like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
But talking about death, so, I don't think I told you. My teacher died, like, it's been like 2 weeks now, a week. My high school teacher, she was with me for all 4 years. She was one of my paras. And she just died, like, it's 2 Fridays ago then. She died from cancer. She had it in her back, went to her head, or to her brain, so she died. She passed away. And so I've seen dead bodies, because with the police explorers, like I've seen, they showed us photos once. But that was my first time I ever seen like a person I knew that died. Like I seen her for 4 years walk, talk, like help me all 4 years. And seeing her dead like really affected me. Well, not really affected me, but it made me start thinking like, damn, dude, like,
yeah,
she's like, let's just imagine she's just like right here, just
right.
Like I could
like
poke
she's
her.
Just laying there.
Yeah, like if I poke her, if I try to do anything, she will not budge. Like she's dead. Like that's something like I never thought about, because I never knew anybody who died.
Thought about like dying? You mean?
Yeah.
As in yourself, or what do you mean by the thought?
It was a crazy. It's just crazy to think about how she was just there.
Crazy to think that it's just there. Yeah,
but there, like she's there, but not there. Her soul's somewhere, but she's just not there. It's just crazy to think about. Like you can scream at her, you can poke her, you can do anything you want, and she will not wake up. And that's what made me start thinking. I started talking to my mom about it. I'm like, dude, like when you're dead, you're dead. Just and I went to it's like a church thing, and they kept on talking about how she's with like Jesus and all that stuff. And I really want to believe that, because I really hope she's up there with like in a little mansion, because she was a good teacher. Really, really good teacher. Probably one of the best out there. But yeah, it made me start thinking like, damn, dude. Like when you die, that also really affects me. When I think about it, like when you're dead forever and ever and ever. Like ever. Like, have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, but like what about reincarnation?
I don't know do you believe in that?
The thing with all the things that you're bringing up is that I think they all connect. Like I think everything connects. That's what I've really been on. So I believe in like all of it. Reincarnation I think is like a possible thing. I think that like basically the basic physics behind it is that energy can't be created or destroyed.
Yeah.
So it's like our consciousness, a lot of people are thinking consciousness is its own plane almost, that you kind of drop down into more of the third dimension, into our bodies and that sort of thing. Getting a phone call here.
You know what's crazy? Right when you got that phone call, I was thinking about like, what if somebody calls me right now?
You were?
Yeah, like deadass. I'll put it on my mom's life. Like on God. I'm not. You don't have to put this in the video, but like,
no,
I'll put it on my mom's life. I was just thinking about like, what if somebody calls me? I'm like, we don't have to stop the pause. You have to stop this for a second, and then you get a call like 10 seconds later.
That shit happens all the time. It's crazy. Why does that happen? You know?
Like, why does anything happen?
That consciousness plane is connected, and
because there's some things.
The reincarnation thing is like, it sounds and feels possible.
Yeah, because there's some things like on YouTube. Like I'm watching YouTube videos and I think about it.
Up there real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. You okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm good.
Alright. I was just like, hey, we listen to some music, yeah, but like you were saying.
Wait.
That's different now.
I don't like that. There we go.
That's better.
That's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Well, you were saying,
oh, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, so just like when you think something right before somebody says it.
I've done that a couple times. Like, I do that a lot on YouTube. Like, I'm like, oh, this is gonna happen. Just casually thinking about it, it just happens. I'm like, what the hell?
Do what?
What?
On YouTube?
Yeah, like when I'm watching a video, and I just think about something, and then it just happens.
Yeah.
And I haven't even watched the video yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
Like this, it's second sense or something like that.
Something
Or like
that.
a third eye behind your head or something like that.
Yeah, like third eye pineal gland sort of stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
big words.
everybody's pineal gland is
Yeah.
calcified.
Supposedly you can train it to make it come out. Well, not like physically come out, but like you have like
Open your third eye and
Yeah.
just have the flood of information. Difficult to navigate.
Because isn't it like we only use like 9% of our brain?
I don't fucking know.
I know it's
I
like
don't know.
super small.
As far as
percent.
like we goes as a whole, maybe, but yeah, I don't know what the range is. Definitely, there's room for improvement.
Yeah. Do you believe in lost technology
Yeah.
with like the Egyptians and?
Yeah, all over
All
the
that
world,
stuff.
like every day, we're losing technology.
Well, I'm talking
But
about like advanced technology.
Ancient advanced technology, sure. Like they were carving buildings out of full size, like these huge ass stones.
Yeah.
Like singular stones they were carving buildings out of. Like how the fuck do you do that?
And aligned perfectly with the stars and everything.
Yeah,
They're
as
all
as
lined
far
with
as all
each
the
other.
pyramids go.
Yeah, they're all aligned.
Every
Oh, and another
continent.
thing I just learned a couple days ago.
It's not just that. Like the technology they had is fucking
Just
crazy.
building the pyramid is insane because you had to make it perfect for it to come all in that one point.
I don't see anybody building pyramids today.
No, except the Bass Pro one in I think it's in Tennessee.
Hmm?
The big pyramid, Bass Pro. Have you never seen that?
That's a glass.
I know,
pyramid.
but still.
Like that's not even close.
But yeah, I saw something that was like if they're even like 7 centimeters off or something like that, it would have messed up the whole pyramid.
Yeah, there's so much math going into it.
Because there's no way they were just lucky all those times. They're like, yeah, let's just do here.
And they all popped up like 12,000 years ago. There's a lot of evidence for like just greater human knowledge that spans back a lot longer than what our current educational system teaches as far as like basically we stopped becoming cavemen like 12,000 years ago. It's like, no. We were using tools a lot longer ago, and we have no idea what technology is on the Earth as far as like 100,000 years ago and beyond. Like, so many things just get lost in time to that. You get lucky with some things getting frozen or like fossilized, but that's few and far between what was actually going on.
Just thinking about like time. So,
Rust.
So if you don't like, let's say you're the atheist, like who don't believe in God.
Okay.
So they don't believe in BC and AC then, because it's technically isn't it before Christ and after Christ? So they don't believe in that.
Well, I think they still like that's just a time system.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's apparently not exactly aligned with when Jesus was born. Like right on the very day that 0 is or whatever. It's like a little off or whatever. Nobody really knows.
We really don't know when he was born.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Christmas Day, but still.
Or if it's his real name, or like how much of the Bible is true or manipulated. There's definitely good principles. I'm not shitting on it, but you know, people gotta be more skeptical of the things
like
they read.
Yeah, it's just like that game. Like if we have like the whole group come together right now, and I whisper in your ear, and it keeps going around. Soon enough, it's gonna somebody's gonna
mean something completely different.
Yeah, it's just
telephone.
like books. How they keep on reading. Elephant is that called?
Telephone.
Oh, okay. And just like how, because they have to keep rewriting the Bible and stuff, like somewhere in there it had a...
And reinterpreting and all these things.
Oh, yeah, for different languages and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like
because whoever's doing it has to like try to understand what the original person was trying to speak about.
But it's not to say that the Bible isn't completely false, because when you circulate archaeological history with... And I'm not like a source on this. I've just seen a lot on it. When you circle archaeological history with the Bible and historical contexts of ancient civilizations, it all lines up. It's just that the interpretations of the things that are going on within the Bible and different stories that we hear over time are just interpreted in different ways and difficult to understand, but they've been really doing good at uncovering all the pieces of our history that we haven't known up until recently. I think a lot of that has helped with the internet. Just being able to spread information a lot faster, research and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, all that thing is crazy though. I would love to go back and see how they really did, how everything worked out. I feel that'd be pretty cool to learn. Like a one wish type of thing.
How history actually happened.
Yeah. Or was it really the bang? Jeez, the bang. What was it?
The bang bong.
The bing bong.
The Big Bang.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory. Like, because we only know like half a second before. We don't know anything besides that. And another thing is the ocean. I don't know anything about the ocean either. We only explore like 10% of it. That's also pretty crazy to think about. We know more about space than our own ocean, even though we can literally, me and you can go there right now.
Does humanity really care about it though?
I think it'd be cool to see what's down there.
Yeah, like I do too. It's just how many people are actually pursuing it.
Not a lot. I don't even think, not much.
I mean, surely there's got to be ways of getting value out of exploring these things. But it's just, like, there's not a lot of it going on.
Do you think anything...
There's more than there has been in modern history, but...
Yeah, but do you think that... I don't know. I don't think anything's down there.
I think there could be a lot of value. I mean, they've gotten a lot of value just by researching the minerals that make up the bottom of the ocean and how the plates work and everything. There's a lot they can learn from the ocean. There might be technology they could learn from the animals in the ocean.
Yeah. Be able to take that much pressure.
Yeah,
That's a lot of pressure going all the way down to...
Yeah.
The sea bottom.
Like, the DNA potential, once humans really start to harness DNA, like, what are they actually going to be able to do with it? Like, some of that DNA potential, if they mixed all these different things together from under the ocean, on the land, and, like, what would they create? I'm not saying that's ethical, but... Yeah, I don't know.
Anything we do now is not really ethical.
Like... What do people really care about, though?
Money. Power. That's the only thing mainly most people care about.
If most people care about money and power, we wouldn't see as... I guess the majority of people don't really have, families anymore.
Families?
Families like a mom and a dad.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it, what percentage? It's less than 50% of people that are still married. You know.
Yeah, it's super low.
Yeah.
Like both our parents are divorced.
Yeah.
Talking about trucks, gas. This sucks. Let's all be honest. Even though people are gonna say it's your fault for buying a truck, like you knew what you were coming into. Of course I knew, but still, I'm still gonna complain about it because I feel like even though we're in Kansas, so it's a lot cheaper than other places. But I still think $3.69 is ridiculous for...
Yeah, $4 for premium here right now.
$4.30. It's like $4.29.
Some places, yeah. It's ridiculous. We had the opportunity and we were energy independent. I don't understand why Biden refuses to be energy independent.
I think they said...
Because people are all worried about getting gas and everything when we could literally just start our pipelines again and gas would be a lot cheaper. We'd be able to export it to the countries that their gas is also inflating. That's what's actually good for the majority of people. But for whatever reason, they don't want to acknowledge
There has to be
that.
something. And how much oil do we even have left? Do you think we can...
More than we need.
You think so?
Yeah, we've got hundreds of years worth just in the U.S. alone.
You think so?
Yeah, they keep finding deeper and deeper oil wells, and they're just massive. We're not gonna run out anytime soon. It's not even. I
feel like they're trying to. They just want electricity to take over. They want electric cars. I just don't understand.
Why they're being so barbaric about implementing that?
Yeah.
About green technology and stuff.
I get it because
and then why they're not allowing clean energy like nuclear to actually be discussed. Yeah. It's censoring of speech and it's not the American way. It ticks me off too.
I never understood that. Because right now, did you see what's happening in Lawrence? Well, they went from DeSoto, now they're in Lawrence now.
Who?
With the Trump supporters. They're doing something. I've been seeing it all over. I saw it on. So you know the highway to go. You have to pass that big bridge to go to DeSoto and stuff like that on
K10.
Yeah, we're basically just saying where we live. Who cares? But
I mean, I think so. Yeah, I think I've got.
But yeah, they were all like just sitting there saying "fuck Biden." No, it wasn't "fuck Biden." It was "let's go Brandon."
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of people with their trucks and just like have the flags and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's so much support for
Trump.
Yeah, not just that, but like, and now new dis-support for the left. But yeah, it's not exactly the sides. They're really building up the sides as like the main issues where they take all the blame, whether it's left or right. That's where they push the blame. But up in the tippy top of the spectrum, they're controlling each side and all of the aspects of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to say something, but don't put it in the podcast, okay?
Why?
What about the LGBTQ? That's like a touchy topic, isn't it?
We can talk about it.
I don't know. I don't want to get fucking hated.
What do you have to say about it?
I just don't understand why it's such a big deal. And that's coming from a guy, I guess. Well, I am a guy, but it's coming from somebody who just doesn't understand. But I just don't see
why someone's sexual orientation means so much to their societal view. The way the people see them.
Is that bad to say?
How the way that they have sex matters to them so much.
Like why? That's the thing I just don't understand. Why is it such a fucking like on TikTok? There's people who literally argue back and forth about it. I'm like, why are you guys arguing about this? Do you guys not have anything better to do? They just argue about if she's a man, if she's a non. Like, who gives a fuck? Like at this point, I'm like, who cares? Just let them live.
Yeah.
Like I believe that there's only two genders, and that's me. And if you don't agree, you don't agree. I mean, I could care less, honestly.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't. Like, there's a lot more things we should be worrying about than some fucking people worrying. Like, I watched like an hour long on TikTok because I'm wanting to know. Like, I really want to be learning about that type of stuff. But it's like every time I watch it, I just get even more confused.
Well, like, what more is there to learn? It's like lesbian, gay, fucking trans. What more is there to learn? Like, these people, are the certain way about their body, and they'd like to be identified as that. Well, you know what? Cool. Then bring it up if somebody, like, says something in your presence that you don't like, I guess. Like, what's with all the news about it? Like, I don't think that there's really people that hate on it as much as they say. And
well, it's not even hating on it.
It's just another distraction in my mind.
It's not even hating on it. I think the way I'm saying it's wrong. I think the way I'm trying to say it, like, bring it out. I don't see why why do we have like conventions, or why do we have people selling out like a stadium, not a stadium, but like a place, just for them to talk about that type of stuff? Like, is that really what's the issue we should be worried about right now?
That's their freedom to do, and like,
of course.
So, like, sure, people can focus their time on whatever they want. We've got more people than we've ever had to be able to do that. But when these people are doing two things that are, one, like, advocating for all of this, but then they're also saying that, like, big corporations are bad, and, like, saying that these big monopolies are not good for the economy, when they're arguing about those two things at the same time, when the big corporation is saying that they support them, it makes no sense to me. Because all the big corporations got all their rainbows up and everything. It's not like people aren't openly supporting you. Like, the biggest corporations in the world are supporting you. What more do you want, honestly? Like,
yeah, that's something I'm not hating on nobody. I love everybody equally. Like, you know me. I could care less what anybody is. Yeah. Like, because at the end of the day, like, they're not bothering me. Like, I honestly do not care what you are. You could be like in a you could be an attack helicopter. You can identify as anything you want. I don't care. Just that's something. Just like, is that something like why is this game debated? Like, who cares?
Like, I wouldn't even care if somebody turned themselves into a centaur. Like, I don't give a fuck if I see a centaur walking down the street. Like, yeah, that'd actually be kind of cool. Yeah. But I just, like, that's cool, and I get why that would get attention because people are like, yeah, I'm a fucking centaur.
Yeah.
But, like, nobody's gonna stand there and be proud with you that you got a dick stitched onto your vagina.
Yeah. I saw this one thing on TikTok. We were talking about it. So this one girl.
It's fun. Like, I don't care what you do, but, like, don't act like a centaur when you're just a chick who got a dick strapped on.
Yeah. Like, who, like, but this one thing I think, it was like, it's like it. I think their pronouns is.
What?
I think that's what the pronouns are. Is they, them, it, or something like that.
Well, each person chooses, you know. They
have. Well, I saw
he,
it.
she. No, you can't be a he, she.
It's they's on.
He, him, he, they, she, they, she. Non. I don't even have to do that. I just have to say, hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, just.
And, like, just skip by it. Like, I'm not saying, hi, sir, how are you today? Like, we're not in the fucking 1950s.
Yeah.
Like, we...
But no, this one girl...
Where that might, like, if somebody actually wanted to be identified in that way and we still had proper talk, I'd be like, sure, I'll call you fucking, like, say, what's up, ma'am?
I always say that.
What do you want me to say?
No matter what, I don't even care.
Well, why does it matter what I say?
Like, I don't care. I'm very respectful, so every time I speak with somebody who's older than me or anything like that, I always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, of course, you're welcome, ma'am, you're welcome, sir. Like, if they say something about it, I'm just gonna...
I mean, it's just respect. Like, most people are gonna be respectful.
Like, I don't, like, if I say that to somebody who identifies as a man, but when I look at them, like, oh, I think they're a female, I'm like, yes, ma'am, they get mad at me. I'm like, I'm not doing this to be malicious. I'm just being this to be respectful. I'll look at you, I'm like, oh, you look like a woman.
Yeah, I mean, we've got pretty good abilities at telling whether somebody's a man or a woman. Like, it's not... Like, it's in our nature. You can't just stop that.
Yeah, I can easily tell you're a guy. I mean, it's...
You can? Thank you. I've been worried.
Yeah. But no, this one girl, her name is Angel. I don't know her dead name. You know what a dead name is, right?
What?
A dead name?
A dead name?
You don't know what dead name is? Okay, so like, so when...
Their first name, they switched their names?
Yeah, so it's like their government name, but they switched it. So the Angel, her dead name is... Oh, they dead name is... their dead name. But so every day she does.
So they dead name is Angel.
Yeah, they're.
All right. I just had to make that clear.
Yeah, just to make that clear. So every single day she does a TikTok post saying how being trans affects my day, and she does one every single day. I can show you after this. One really brought out to me is when somebody in her classroom, I guess, or somebody somewhere in school has the same dead name. She had the same name of her dead name, and she said that affected her that much. Like, it affected her because she said that's not right, basically. The way I think I heard it right.
So
somebody else, I heard it, exactly like that. Somebody else in her class or in school had the same name as her dead name, and she kept on hearing it, and she said that affected her so much.
Oh.
I'm like, what? I'm like, they're not. I'm like, how? Yeah. Like, what? That's their name. Yeah. Like, just because it's your dead name doesn't mean...
they're not calling you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
sensitive. People are very emotional.
Very sensitive. Like, or like, yeah, she does one every single day. Like, every single day somebody misgenders her. I mean, like, it's high school. I mean, like, or you go...
To a certain extent, you can't help it.
Yeah, like, when you see her, she looks like a straight girl.
And
like
that's...
a teenage girl, like, straight out teenage girl.
Oh, so... They is not a girl?
They are non-binary.
Okay.
So they're not a male or a female. They're... I don't understand. I guess their gender is non. They're in the middle. So
they just prefer to say, I'm neither.
Yeah, they prefer their pronoun. I think her pronouns is they, them, and theirs. Well, they, them, or something like that. And I saw another one today.
I just abstain from relationships until I've got a good shot at, sustaining more than my own life. So I don't really need to worry about my sexuality right now.
It's like, damn, dude, they make things so complicated. Because there's also a thing that you can make your own pronouns.
Yeah.
You can make custom pronouns. So, like that's so... Like, this one person, their custom pronouns, and the problem with that cousin pronouns, that pronoun can change any day. So today, let's say that one girl, she feels like she's a they them, but tomorrow she feels like she's a she her,
Yeah.
and the next day she feels like she's a he him.
Yeah, this is why bipolar disorder isn't a disorder. Like, people just, I think what would be better for them is if they change their name for each time that they're in a different
Body.
polarity, you know?
What is that called when you have multiple?
I was joking, by the way.
About what? Oh.
Bipolar disorder.
Yeah, we're not making fun of any diseases out here. But what's the thing that you have multiple characters?
Or multiple personalities, or MPD or something.
Will that technically be? Can they be diagnosed with that? Because they feel every single day they feel like somebody else. Or
I think that a lot of people.
That's totally different.
I think some of them have like kind of the same classifications. I'd call them classifications.
Yeah, like
because I don't think that they're symptoms or illnesses. I think people have been too caught up in judging other people's minds and thinking that there's something wrong with people instead of figuring out like just who they are. You know?
Yeah, like for me, like every single day I feel a man and fat. Like that's me every single day. I don't think I ever felt anything else. I don't think I ever felt like I was a female or anything.
I don't know if I analyze how I feel every day.
Yeah, I don't ever really. I guess I don't either. I just wake up and live life. I don't ever they.
I'm just like here, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, like they type of people. I feel like they'd be so stressful to think about all the time. Like, who am I today? And like she says she has PTSD from not PTSD, but it's like it's like tragic for her. Not tragic, but what is the word that's like what happened in the past?
I don't want to say it, but like, are people just bored nowadays?
It seems like it. Complain about something. Like the cancel culture thing.
Just complaining correlate to boredom.
Yeah, like I complain. Like sometimes when I'm with my mom, I just complain because I'm bored, and I just do just to make her laugh or something like that. But sometimes
just to get something riled up.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit of action in the.
But that's different though. That's like in private.
Yeah.
But this is like I feel like they really believe in that stuff.
What?
Like well, of course they believe.
They believe in their mental illnesses.
Yeah, they actually believe about like yes, I really.
Yeah,
it's not like a joke. Like me and you, we be trolling, but I feel like
they believe that it's a part of them, that it's an issue that they have.
I feel like
that it's a disorder that they've got. Some people feel like the medicine helps them. I don't want to talk into that subject anymore as far as medicine goes, but yeah. It definitely feels like themselves, you know. That's what they feel like they are, and that's what people get stuck in it, I think.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be super stressful. I really do. I really genuinely feel bad because it's something to like the girl Angel. She can't use a regular bathroom because she has to use right now. She's doing TikToks of her being at Disney, and she's complaining because a lot of the Disney restaurants they don't have a non-binary bathroom. So she has to walk out the bathroom. She has to walk out the restaurant. I fucked up.
It's fine. It's fine. So
they had to walk out the restaurant, and they complain about it because they didn't like.
Well, wouldn't them feel more comfortable going in the women's bathroom? Sorry, I was trying not to laugh. I was trying to switch it up and say them.
Yeah, it's just like
I'm not.
We're not making fun of it either.
Really I just want trying to. Like
we're just. I guess you can say we're not.
We're
educated.
trying to understand.
Yeah, it's you have to put it in our point of view. Like we never. I've never met somebody like
this.
This
isn't an excuse. Like I get that they want people to be more educated on this because they see that people don't really understand it as much. But at the same time, it's like, how much education do you need? And like, are people really that uneducated about it to the point where it actually causes issues? Like, what if them just felt more comfortable going into the women's bathroom, like not making a big deal out of it? Like, at the end of the day, I've gone into women's bathrooms before because the men's was like empty, but
wait, what?
obviously it's not like it'll be one where there's just one stall, so it's like one door.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it's not that hard to just use a toilet. Like a toilet's a toilet that's gonna be in either bathroom. I don't know. A lot of these issues just seem childish, but
I feel like it's just something for them to complain about. Just
I don't know.
something for them to talk about and complain about, just like the cancer culture.
Feel
That's
like
something.
they're part of something.
Yeah, maybe.
But like
Part of the
a lot of
community.
them argue that it's that they really do feel like they're not themselves. Like they do need to like change in some way.
Yeah, the one thing I strongly will believe in, I will never understand is people saying children have the ability to know what gender they are, or like the ability to have like sex change.
Yeah, kids are very curious, and I think the way that we've kept young adults kind of in this kid stage longer has not helped with that. Curiosity is a great thing, and I love it. I never want to get rid of it, but like you can't just let a curious kid decide one day, oh, I want to be a girl, because the next day they could be like, oh, I want to be a giraffe.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not as certain, and a lot of people come out of it having a lot of issues. It's something they'd really have to think about, like, and actually figure out within themselves so that they can feel sound with themselves
Yeah.
instead of like thinking that something external is actually going to help a problem that is inside, but it's not some disease that you're never going to get rid of.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, because there has to be an age limit on getting sex change.
Just like everything, like nicotine, like something as invasive as surgery, like definitely needs to have an age limit, especially if it's not critical. You know,
Yeah.
if they're not going to die from it. If it's just experimental or, it's not really experimental now, but it still kind of is. There still can be catastrophes when it comes to those things that people can be, destroyed for life when it comes to their sex and not have sensation, all that sort of thing. Like it is a serious procedure, those sorts of things, and even the hormone changing can be life changing in either direction, I suppose. But like some people do need extra hormones, and there's various levels to all of this. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's not sustainable if like everybody thinks or feels like they've got something wrong with them.
I think. Yeah, it's something I just don't know. I feel like it's just because I'm not making an excuse. It's probably because I'm just uneducated or something. I don't even think about.
A lot of
Nor
people
do I
think-
care.
Yeah.
Like whoever you are. Because at the end of the day, this is what I always tell everybody. Because at the end of the day, when I go to bed and when I close my eyes, it's only me.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you close your eyes when you go to sleep, it's only you at the end of the day. Like who gives a fuck what other people do?
Some people that have other mental traumas or stuff, it's not just them going to sleep. They got demons
Yeah.
in their.
They have other people going to sleep with them, but for me at least, it's only when I close my eyes, it's only me
Yeah,
and nobody else.
that's peaceful. I don't like the idea of dying in the sleep. I think I would wake up right before I die and be like, when I think about like when I die, I think I'd fight like I don't want to die, you know?
But sometimes like somebody I knew, his dad died in his sleep, and the reason why his dad
It's peaceful. It's good. It's not bad. I'd prefer that. Sorry for cutting you off. I'd prefer.
Well,
that.
no. I'm talking about like before, like for that gas of life. Like he had a heart attack, so I'm guessing he had like especially to have a heart attack, it hurts.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing
It's painful.
I'm sure he had to wake up, or something, or like
He had a heart attack in his sleep.
yeah. Well, that's what I don't know. That's what I'm assuming.
I think those are pretty quick. Yeah. I
It was
don't-
just like
you might
down.
not wake up from that. I don't know. But yeah, I'd rather go naturally where I don't have any issues and of old age, and maybe in my sleep. But
Okay.
I just feel like I'd fight for it.
What
I
about-
don't want to die.
What about this? Would you rather die in your sleep, not knowing, or would you rather die? Well, I guess it's like the same thing, or like in a car accident, or like because you like before most of the time, like let's say 90% of the time, you see it about happened and just you
And
just
it
see it
happens.
and just and you're
You
dead.
know, like right before.
Yeah, like
Well,
you at least that half a second you knew I'm like, damn, I'm dead, and well then after that,
yeah, that thought.
or would you rather just die and just not know, like just I guess just falling asleep?
Well, I think everything happens for a reason. So I think that like, as sad and horrible as it can be, and as shitty as the dark is, we do learn from it, and we do persevere, and we do evolve from it. So with that being said, like when it's our time, it's our time. You know, like
Yeah.
nobody really gets to choose.
Mm-mm. I mean, some people do. I'm not making fun of it either, but I'm just saying some people.
But we call a hotline if we feel that way.
Of course, please do. If you do ever feel that way, I'm just gonna say right now, it's never worth it. Because it may seem at the time it's worth it, but there's always hope. There's always hope at the end of the bridge, or what is it? There's always light at the end of the bridge. Tunnel, yeah. Because I had one of my best friends. Ever since elementary school, we lost touch sadly in high school. But like, if you talk to anybody in elementary school and middle school, like this dude was, like we were it. But I guess over the summertime, and this is when we lost contact. So I didn't really know him at the time in high school. He killed himself over something. I don't want to say it, but he killed himself over something. And I was in Guatemala at the time. I'm like, damn, dude. I'm like, I was like, damn, dude. I was just like, he was the happiest. Well, at least back in elementary school, middle school, like me and him used to mess around all the time. Like we were like peas in a pod, dude. We messed things up in school.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like,
are you glad for those memories?
yeah.
At least, yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, his name is Raphael, that's all I'm gonna say. But man, he was my best friend, dude. Like me and him were thick and thin.
That's sad to hear. I'm sorry to hear
That's
that.
all good. But it's been a couple years now. Well,
Yeah.
more than 6 years now because I've been in high school for a while. But yeah, we were thick and thin. Dude was a good kid. I didn't know him out of high school. I only saw him once out of high school when he was working at Taco Bell, and I've always regretted it because I saw him and I really wanted to say something like, "Hey, is that you, Raphael?" Never did it.
Some things are just meant to be.
Yeah, and I did message him on IG, like, "Hey, dude, it's me. Like, hopefully we hang out," but he left me on scene. What a bitch for that. Rest in peace, though. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that those times can be hard, but there's always things out there in the world that need you.
Yeah.
You know, there's always people that love you, that care about you. And
Well, I know his mom did. His mom was a good mom.
Yeah.
She was amazing. I remember her.
And
Well,
if you're in, if somebody's in that time, they got to realize that is the lowest it'll ever be. And if they're alive now, they're already lucky. They just got to realize what position they've got.
Yeah, but sometimes
and pull themselves out.
Sometimes you just think it's like I had the same issue in like 7th grade. When they broke my nose, when I got bullied. I'm like, damn, this ain't worth it. But good thing I overcame it. It was I thought about it once or twice, but nothing like crazy. Actually, like doing it.
Mm-hmm. I had a time where it was really bad too, and I think more people have had those sorts of times than we really know. But
life sucks.
Anybody you talk to is gonna, after the fact, be like, yeah, no, that was a dumb decision.
And I feel like everybody says this.
That was a dumb thought. That was ridiculous, and I was so young. I didn't know what I was thinking. I've learned so much. I've grown. I've become such a better human, and I'm impacting all these people's lives. That's what you gotta look forward to.
The one thing that always stuck by me, well, like, did you ever hear adults telling you, like, enjoy high school? Did you ever get that, like, teachers?
Yeah, enjoy
Enjoy your years in high school. It's gonna go by fast. I'm like, no, it's not. Fuck this place. I want to leave. But now thinking about it, dude, I miss high school so much. I don't miss the test. I just miss messing around. I miss talking to my friends. I miss the four or five teachers that I absolutely love. Shout out to Miss Bowden. Love you. Best teacher you could ever have. I had her all 4 years. I mean, like every year I saw her, and she was there at the funeral too. I saw her. It was good seeing her. I really want. We're going out hopefully here soon. Out to dinner with me and my mom and her to catch up with her. Dude, like she's the reason why I'm here. There's no way I would have passed high school without her. Like absolutely no way I would have passed high school without her.
It's great that we have those people in our lives.
Yeah, that's one person I will never forget her name. It's Bowden. Will never forget her face. Will never forget her name, ever in my whole life. She's the best thing that ever happened to Olathe School District.
That's great. It's good people are hard to come by, and some teachers could use some work.
A lot of teachers could need some work, and I know teachers don't get paid a lot. My mom's a teacher. I know they don't get paid a lot, and I put that girl through hell. I mean, like, I put her through some shit.
Get her some money.
I want to do something special with her because I know I put that girl, that Miss Bowden. I don't want to say girl because I feel like that's disrespectful, but like I put her through a lot of like you see how I am now. Imagine me in high school. It was I was that one kid that always talked, didn't care really. I was a huge troublemaker. I just never really got in trouble. Right. I just got in trouble with the teachers. Never been
one of those baseline. Like,
yeah, like I'm on the edge. Like
Walter. Stop it.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel like it's okay to say it now because like I'm out of high school. Like it doesn't affect. Well, the way she spoke to me, I really like to. Like she straight up said shit. Like straight up. Like I know one year, the last day of school, one of the parents, I had my phone out, and in my head it made sense. I'm sure in their head it didn't make sense.
Okay.
I was on my phone. We were supposed to study for finals, but I didn't care. And I knew I was going to pass no matter what. So I was good. I was on my phone. So my process was, if I was on my phone, I'm not going to bother the other students. So I'm like, I was trying to distract myself not to bother them. Even though that's stupid. Like, Walter, you should be able to do it without, like, messing with the other kids. You should be studying. So one of the teachers came up to me, one of the parents. She was like, give me your phone. I'm not giving you my phone. It's the last day of school. She's like, now. I'm like, no, I'm not giving you my phone. I'm not giving you my phone. And she's like, okay, I'm just gonna write you up. I was like, you know what, fine, here's my phone. She's like, nope, I'm writing you up. Then I started thinking like, who gives a fuck? It's the last day of school. Yeah. Then she told Miss Bowden, and Miss Bowden comes up to me and she's like, you've been a shithead today, you know that, right? I was like, I told her, I was like, Miss B, I'm not been a shithead. And I told her like her process, but yeah, there's a lot of things that's what I liked about her. Like she was not afraid to say it. And like most kids will report her, I would not even think about it because it made me like it set me straight. Like it set me straight. She was a one teacher. She's usually like every teacher knew about her. Well, knew that I was in her like in the class and things like that. So she always found out. And that's the last person I always wanted for somebody to find out. Because if I did something bad in a class, the teacher would always tell her. And that's the last person I wanted to know. Because, like, Miss Bowden, she was like my mom.
Because she'd set you straight.
Oh, she straight up told me. The one person, because I always have a comeback for everybody. I always have something smart to say, but that's the one teacher I could never have a comeback to say. Because she always got me. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I just had that much more respect for her. Like
respect goes a long ways.
Yeah, like if anybody like messes with her, any day will help her out. But yeah, that's the one teacher that her, Miss Camille, the one that passed away, she set me straight all the time. Miss T, she always set me straight. There's another teacher, I forgot her name sadly, but she always set me straight.
Would they set you straight in what you said about LGBTQ?
I'm not gonna ever talk to them about that.
Well, you ought to refer them to the video.
Oh, I'm gonna most definitely show Miss Bowden this. I want to show her how much I appreciate her.
Okay.
I really want to show her because I don't think I've ever said thank you for everything she did for me. Because she did a lot for everybody, for all that, resources. I was in that all 4 years, and she did a lot for those kids, like for all of us. Because I think we were the first time, and she told me this. So any of the kids in at least Northwest watching this, we were her best class. She told me this again, but we were her first students ever from the beginning to the very end. Because most of the time in resource, you change teachers.
Yeah.
Like I changed teacher for only 1 year, but she was still there. But all 4 years basically, she was our resource teacher. Mm-hmm. And man, she took that job seriously, and I love that about her.
Maybe that's something they should start to incorporate into the school systems.
They just need more Miss Bowdens.
Yeah.
If they had Miss Bowdens, dude, the world would be so different.
Let's get Miss Bowden to replicate her DNA and just pump out a bunch of her, and she can teach the world.
I just wish they paid the teachers more, because back in high school, like we done a lot. I'm sure you done a lot of fuck shit in high school.
More in middle school, but I did some stuff in high school, yeah. I mean, you gotta be rowdy, gotta test your limits.
Yeah, and there's only one teacher. I think they don't deserve anything. I don't know if I want to say her name.
Well, there's one teacher.
I know she. All I'm gonna say is Miss L. She was an English teacher. And all I'm gonna say, She kicked me out of her class every single day, basically. One time she kicked me out of her class. So this one kid, his name, let's just say his name is Lane, which it really is, but who cares? And I was actually helping him out. He was confused about something. I was actually helping him out. And she comes after me. I'm like, and then she told me to walk out the class. It's fine. She comes talk to me. She's like, "Once I know you don't like when people speak down to you." I'm like, "No, I just don't like when you talk to me." Mm-hmm. Like I was actually trying to help somebody today. Like I was not trying to fuck around. I'm not trying to do anything. And you kicked me out. So it was like things like that. But yeah, that's the only teacher I generally don't like. And Miss Lemansky. Oh, I can't believe I forgot my Miss Lemansky.
Just can't talk about your whole high school experience here,
yeah.
are you?
But yeah, all I'm going to say, Miss Lemansky, Miss Bowden, two of the best teachers in Lathrop School District, for at least my opinion. Both amazing teachers. Miss Lemansky did read 180. Amazing. Mm-hmm. I think that's Ryan.
Yeah. Well, I should have been more nice to Mr. Meyer. He was my science teacher in it would have been sophomore year, I believe. I think it was sophomore year. Yeah, I was just not a good student in that class. It was difficult to learn a little bit, but I could have learned a lot from him. And I wasn't the person I am today to be able to sit through the kinds of talks that he gave. It was chemistry, so chemistry is not exactly the thing that a high school boy would want, especially like I was in track and stuff. I was more of an active guy, and I didn't necessarily care as much about doing math and chemistry. I just would have rather learned about things other ways. He talked a lot, but he was actually a really good guy, and I would have liked to apologize to him many times. I've gone back and thought about it. It's not like I was real rude to him or anything, but I was disruptive sometimes. Can you apologize?
Is he not with us?
I think he's still around. He actually was talking to me one time about how he worked at a nuclear reactor facility. Yeah, I think that was out of college. He's actually a pretty interesting guy.
It'd be cool if you just called a school like, "Yo, I used to be a student."
He retired the year after us. If that tells you anything about what we did.
You know what's funny? So I'm gonna talk about this since we're talking about high school. We had a science teacher. Dude was 23, 24. I wish I remember his name because we gave him a nickname, and it was something fucked up. It was like Mr. It had something to do with balls and dicks. It had to be something like that. I totally forgot. He was there. We were his first year. He only lasted there a whole year. And he quit the next year. I mean, when I tell you, that science teacher went through some shit because he still lived with his mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so, and he always talked about his mom.
High school kids can be so mean.
Dude, and the way he always spoke about his sister's husband. Always talked about him. So we always railed him. Like, that poor dude, I'm sure he went home and cried a couple times. And I apologize. I've never said anything to him because, I'm not like that type of person. Mm-hmm. I was never rude to teachers. I was perfect. But, yeah. That poor teacher did not, I think maybe lasted 2 years. If that. But he was a bad teacher, too. He didn't know what he was doing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm sure he wasted a lot of money in college because I don't think he ever became a teacher ever again.
Well, if we're talking about all our bad deeds now, there's just one time we pulled up to a stop sign in KC. There was a homeless person standing out there. I had $100 in my wallet, and I wanted to keep it for myself. I didn't give it to him. If I could have gone back down there, I would have done it.
No, you wouldn't have. Stop lying. No, you wouldn't.
I have done it before, but it's...
Give $100?
No, I've done like 20 before.
Oh, okay.
It's
I never give money to the homeless. I just feel like
some of those things are issues now. In California, you can't even tell if the people are being paid to be homeless, so let alone if they're actually
most of them
in
get
need.
paid good. Like,
that's one of the issues is like, why can't people be themselves? You know, like why are you accepting payments to be homeless on the street?
For me, like I always use my mom as an example.
For metrics.
Yeah, like after my dad did his thing and stuff. We left. My mom came here. I think she lived with my uncle for maybe like 2 or 3 months. She worked her butt off with 2 kids. And she went from we went to apartment to apartment, but still now, like 15, 16 years later, she owns her own house now. Mm-hmm. And she's doing teaching. So it's like, great. There's always a way, but some people just don't want to do it. Sometimes you can't really help. You can't help you can't help. Yeah, you can't help people who don't want to be helped. Yeah. It's hard. Sometimes you can try your best, but at the end of the day, they have to do it for themselves.
Yeah, unless it's either that or you go out and seek help. It's one or the other. I'm not saying like those people have to go out and seek help.
Oh no, yeah.
But you can't really help people if they don't want to be helped, like you said.
Yeah. Get a podcast.
Done with it?
I don't know what it is. I think I've talked about. Do you think they had fat asses back then?
In Egyptian times?
Yeah, some dick ass. Do you think the Egyptian man be like, God damn, she thick as fuck?
There might have been some, I don't know. I haven't thought about Egyptian ass before.
I've never thought about it either. This is my first time ever thinking about it, strangely. I thought I'd think about it before, but no.
I'd like to know what Cleopatra's ass was like.
Wait,
if she was tapping everybody.
Imagine if I answered it.
So,
Where's everybody at?
Walter and I are in the basement.
Oh, you dumb Torres? I was looking around all over for you.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, we were hiding under my bed.
Damn, I really thought you were. I looked under your bed. Then thanks to you. I'm coming down.
What the fuck? What up, sexy?
Why did you go in there?
I was trying to scare you, but this fucking bitch ass hood's in the way.
Well, you kind of did scare me. I saw something pop out the dark. I was like, oh, god damn.
Yeah, you want to go to Lawrence with me?
Lawrence? Why are you going to Lawrence?
To pick up a Tesla radio.
Why the fuck are you getting a Tesla radio?
Why the fuck not? He's selling for cheap. Look.
Noe has joined the chat.
He's gonna flake out in like 30 seconds. Just give it like an hour or two. Never mind.
No, I just want to go, but
I'm not gonna drive all the way there.
Well, you ride with me.
Why would I ride?
You were true. I just don't want to go alone. It's 40 minutes away. I'm probably gonna take my mom's car because it's fucking gas bullshit.
Yeah, look at that.
That's all you, bro. Are you done with this? We good? Yeah.
I just want to say, if you make her ass clapping, I've totally messed that up.
You can redo it.
No, it's all good.
Sorry I fucked up your podcast.
No, I think it was over anyway.
What are you doing?
This has been
was a
Walter
good talk.
Torres, everybody.
I got y'all though.
Oh, you got a haircut?
Yeah.